and they're going to learn at their own pace of it. We don't have to play it.
Okay, yeah, okay. But you guys can...
One thing I will say when you're doing videos like this, good habits to get into are add a script and use closed captioning. Because remember, you do want to appeal to different learning styles, but also to students who may have other difficulties. Or even if they're playing it in an environment where they can't have the sound up and they don't have headphones, at least they have the closed captioning. So that's a good habit to get into when you're creating these sorts of screencasts.
And the script can save you tons of time as well, not only in the recordings, you don't have to keep over and over and over again, like some of us do on the fly, but it also helps with the closed captioning because you can actually upload it directly into the closed captioning. So you don't have to, it doesn't have to do text to voice or voice to text or whatever. Because if you're like me, it doesn't understand you and it comes up with some crazy stuff. And then you have to go back through and that takes a lot of time to re-edit all that stuff. So it's a lot faster to just write a script first and stick to it. Absolutely. And then of course, and these are available, so you guys can watch this at any time. But we also have one of our soft chalk. I know I swear we're not paid by that. But the soft chalk tutorial.
We just like free.
Yes, we love free.
People think it's like a learn.
It's nice because you can embed it right into a LibGuide, so you don't necessarily have to have access to the learning management system at your school. However, I mean, obviously get in there if you can, but if you can't, you can host this on an outside website. So you can host it on a LibGuide, you can host it on your website, you can host it anywhere.
We actually have a lot of these. Kristen developed an entire course for a student development class. And it was for a particular assignment that they had for careers. And so she had 4 modules that walked them through different aspects of that assignment. And you can actually build in a certificate in this as well too. An instructor can say, okay, you have to get a certain score, and then the students actually print out a certificate showing that they've completed all of this. This can be housed outside as well too. It can be just a link that students can link on to get to. This is actually the first module of our informational literacy course called Topics, and it is actually housed in our LMS. We use Canvas at Alamo colleges. So the students actually access all of these modules. Every English 1301 student accesses these modules as part of their English 1301 course, and they do get grades. There's a quiz, there are quizzes that are built into it, but there's also a lot of self-check activities. I think it's 6 or 7.
I think page 6.
There's several, and you can embed videos in here as well too. Now again, those self-check opportunities do give students the ability to test their own knowledge. Do I understand what you're asking me to do before I ever get to the graded quiz part of this? So this one has a little card game, so it's about topics and choosing a good topic. And they click on that, if they put it in the right one, they get a nice little sound. I don't have it up very loud. And then it just bounces back. And they get a score, but it's not a grade. There are a lot of other things that you can do as well too. And again, back on that tech page, we have some other resources that you might use if you don't have SoftTalk. Again, the ability is there. It's just so that the students can judge for themselves. Do I understand this concept? And plus it's interactive. It's more engaging than just reading as well too.
Sure.
Yes, please.
I'm sorry.
No.
Okay, when you have this stuff in Canvas, are you on your own Canvas library page, or is this embedded into their English 1301 class through Canvas?
It's a good question, and I think there are different ways of doing that. At our institution, they actually have a course that they register for, and it's called LIBR 0001. Oh, I've said that a million times in my life. We just call it Research 101. And so when the student registers for English, they actually have to register for a separate class. Okay? And that's where it lives in Canvas. Most of their English classes also have a Canvas shell as well too, and they're working there. So they're pretty accustomed to using it. But they go in and do the modules. And by the way, that does not replace our face-to-face instruction. It just complements it. So every one of those sections comes to the library for face-to-face instruction. This is hopefully going to prepare them a bit more for that face-to-face instruction.
And it's under their My Courses. So when they go into their My Courses in Canvas, it's actually listed there.
Yeah, they have all their classes listed. But that's a good question. Yeah, but I think there are different ways of doing it. It certainly could be, if the English course had a Canvas shell, these modules could be embedded right into that English course as well too. Super easy to do. A good question, thanks.
Yeah.
So do you share the grades then with the English department? Or?
I do. I actually download the grades from each section. And right now, I mean, we're a relatively small institution. We have about 6,000 students. So I have anywhere from 28 to 40 sections of English 1301 that I deal with each semester. So I do have to